In today's lesson, the objective is students can determine when to use multiplication or division to solve a problem. In today's task, students will be applying their knowledge of multiplication and division to solve a real-world problem. Chef Michael was hired to make a stew for a family reunion. His recipe calls for 2 baby carrots, 3 small potatoes, and 4 pieces of stew meat for each person. Let's pretend he needs to triple his recipe. How much of each ingredient will he need? I know that tripling his recipe means he needs to 3 times the recipe. We need to figure out how many carrots, potatoes, and pieces of stew meat he will need. In this problem, we learned that for 1 person, Chef Michael needs 2 carrots. For 3 people, we need to figure out how many carrots he needs. Or, the total amount of carrots needed is the unknown and what I need to figure out. In this picture, I have drawn 3 circles. The 3 circles represent the 3 people. Each circle has 2 carrots in it. This picture helps me to see that I have 3 groups with 2 carrots in each group. Next, I can write an equation and solve the problem. The 3 represents the 3 people. The 2 represents the 2 carrots each person will need. 3 times 2 equals 6, or Chef Michael will need 6 carrots total. Let's go back and figure out the amount of potatoes and the amount of meat Chef Michael needs to complete his recipe. In the problem, we learned Chef Michael needs 3 potatoes per person. We need to figure out how many potatoes he needs for 3 people. I will figure this out using a number line. The first jump gets me to 3. The second jump of 3 gets me to 6. The final jump of 3 gets me to 9. Or Chef Michael will need 9 potatoes to feed 3 people. I can represent this with the equation 3 times 3 equals 9. To figure out how many pieces of stew meat Chef Michael needs, I will use an array. The first row represents the amount of meat needed for person number 1. The second row, person number 2. The third row, person number 3. 3 times 4 equals the total number of pieces of meat. 12 is the total number of pieces of meat Chef Michael will need. Chef Michael will need 6 carrots, 9 potatoes, and 12 pieces of stew meat to triple his recipe. It may be necessary to read this problem several times to determine the question or questions being asked and the necessary information. Otherwise, you will do a lot of work and get an answer that partially answers or does not answer the question. As students understand the problem and the information provided, they will be able to use multiplication or division to solve real-world math problems.